What's up, everybody? My name is Rodell, and you're watching the UP2U podcast, the podcast that is dedicated up to you. Tonight's show, I have a real good acquaintance of mine, Drewzii, local rapper. I have a really good feeling about this guy. I want everybody to listen to his story. We have a really good conversation coming up. Drewzii, what's your real intro, man?
What's up? What's up? I'm from the 239. I go by Drewzii. Some of you might know me. Some of you probably won't, but I'm sure you will. And it's up to you right now. Let's get it popping.
Let's do it, man. All right. So, Drewzii, right off the bat, man, what do you have cooking? What's going on in your field?
Right now, I got a project coming. It's actually, I'm trying to hit a different type of like format, genre type deal. It's a Spanish project. I got dropping pretty soon for the raza. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we got cooking up right now, bro.
Good, man. That's awesome. I love hearing that. So one of the biggest things I've noticed, and especially in being in the entertainment business, you have to be versatile, man. You have to do it. What was like one of your biggest challenges, like moving from that genre to this genre?
Well, even it's still a challenge, to be honest. Actually, like when I switch, I mean, I was able to switch because, you know, I grew up with parents talking Spanish to me. I learned my Spanish, you know what I mean? So it wasn't that difficult, but I'm still sometimes lyrically wise, I'm still off with how I say things. So wifey tries to correct me sometimes and is like, yo, you should have said this instead of that. So that's how I fix my things sometimes, you know, I'm not going to lie, but it's
all about that. It's about that teamwork, man. You got to be able to, you know, adapt. And so I feel like as far as like, you know, and she's not trying to be mean or anything.
No,
she's just trying to. That's great, man. That's great. So when you first started, what was your entire like motive versus now? What are you trying to attack or go after, I should say?
Career wise or this project wise?
This project wise. What was your inspiration?
I'm just trying to hit a whole different type of audience. You know what I mean? I've had a few people tell me that some doors different doors might open because of the ability I have with the Spanish project I'm going to drop. So I don't expect, but I hope a bunch of doors do open from this, you know. So
where did your career start, or how did it start?
How did it start? I mean, well, way before YouTube, you know, we had to buy CDs to listen to music. So I grew up listening to Bone Thugs, Eminem, especially Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne's a big inspiration to me, of course, with the dreads. You know what I'm saying?
Amazing, yeah, of course.
But musically, like I didn't really have any family members into music like I am, so it was definitely a difficult time. But we made it happen, and just blessed, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how it basically started. God, bro.
Of course. Yeah, no, I totally, I feel that. I mean, my entire field is videography and marketing. I mean, I feel like that's my thing. I recognize talent and I'm like, that can go somewhere. Of course, I'm giving you, you know, you're giving me some of your time because I truly think that we can actually make something happen, man.
Thank you, man. You're definitely giving us a platform, you know what I mean, to expose a little bit more about us and what we got going on in our careers.
So you said about us, right? So who is us?
I was especially talking about my team, you know what I mean? So I'm going to give a couple shout outs, LYG, Imero, my boy from New York, Bang Bang, you know, all the way from New York, Tyson, paid my paperwork good, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just speaking in general, like for artists as well, you know, every artist, when I say us.
Awesome, man. I that's one of the things that I feel like upcoming artists like you have a huge responsibility, and that's, you know, keeping it humble, keeping it safe.
Definitely.
That's one of the biggest things I feel like, you know, as far as responsibility, it's a character that it's hard to fake once you get bigger.
Yeah, you can't fake that. You can't fake loyalty, bro.
That's it.
Empower Latinos too, you know what I'm saying?
What is this? What's Empowered Latinos, man?
They were sponsors, but they became family. You know what I mean? They liked the music. They wanted to help me spread my name out there while helping each other's, you know, just basically coming together, unite each other, help each other instead of destroy each other type deal.
That's exactly what I want.
It's a blessing, bro. So definitely shout out to Empower Latinos. They helped a lot of people around the city and stuff like that. So
yeah, Yeah. So I feel like there's a lot of names that you're name dropping right now, man. And it feels, and it must be a good feeling for you having
Definitely,
all
definitely.
that kind of support. Another
It is,
thing
man.
is on your shirt. What is that?
Distorted Rap Mob. It's my gang. The name I basically came up with. I wanted to, when I was younger, before I started a career, I wanted to do a label like Young Money. As soon as Young Money was built, like who didn't want a label like Young Money, artists towards that level.
Yeah.
But just, it just
So we're I love how you're
sticks with you.
Yeah, I love how you're starting all the way from like the beginning. Now let's talk about that a little bit.
Okay.
Where did you start?
In Bonita, Naples.
Nice.
It was basically, long story short, my stepbrother, he freestyled to a beat. He sounded so dope. It just got me started and it made me want to rap. So, like I said, long story short, then instead of hitting a professional studio, and back then, like 2011, 2010, there was a little studio booth at the Edison Mall. You would pay $5 or $10. It would play 4 beats for you, and you would be in like a little enclosed studio. You would rap on any choice of beats you wanted. So that's how we would end up creating our music.
That actually sounds like fun.
Yeah,
man.
bro, it was pretty dope.
I had no idea about that.
Yeah, I wish I knew the name of the company that built it, but it was back then at the Edison Mall. Okay. So unfortunately, we would skip school and try to go record, man.
Hey, man, it's about that sacrifices. So how are you in like educational values? Do you think people have to go to school to have some kind of background knowledge of what you're doing?
Oh, definitely, for sure, bro. Like I always tell everybody, go to school, bro. You know what I mean? I'm not embarrassed about it, but I didn't finish school. You know what I mean? I didn't really graduate, which is something I'm pursuing. I definitely want to pursue still for my kids, for my family. But educational values, gotta go to school, learn what you want to learn, be who you want to be, but don't fall back on your personal dreams, keep pursuing that as well.
That's a huge part as far as, self-development.
Be happy, bro. Be happy. That's it.
That's the biggest thing, man.
That's it.
You have to be happy no matter what you're doing in life. If
gotta
be happy.
Yeah,
that's I truly, truly, truly believe that one. So let's say random people, we reach some kids. How do you get started?
Yeah, I mean, if somebody asks me how do I get started, just man, I've never really had that question yet.
That's what it's about, man.
It is. It is definitely.
How do you get started? How do you get started in the thing? And of course, we can compare you to so many different people, others. And I don't want to do that because your music and everybody, of course, throughout this entire song, we're gonna go ahead and include little either snippets of his music, whether it be the actual beats, some of his lyrics, something in the background. Of course, all his social, anything that he needs to have, it's going to be linked up.
Definitely. I mean, I keep saying that fucking word, bro. I don't know why.
It's all good, man. But back to it.
Okay, back to it.
Let me know. How do I get started?
If I was to tell somebody how to get started, is just be yourself and do what you like. Like, don't let others tell you basically you can't, because I was told, don't do that type of music, or don't say this in your music. And I care too much about what others said at the time. But now in my career, like, I'm good with how I do my music now, because only a specific amount of people can give me a certain amount of advice that can help me.
Yeah.
So what I would tell people is, like, just be yourself. Like, follow what you feel like what would put you on, stand out. Okay.
But what if I want to, what about the equipment?
Equipment wise, I mean,
what do I need?
Yeah. Well, I did forget to say invest in yourself.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I went to professional studios before I learned anything on how to record my own music. I studied them, bro. Like, honestly, I just looked at what they did, how they maneuvered it, what they did, to make it sound good, the volume, the EQs. I would ask so many questions. What does this plugin do? What is that? And it just stuck with me since then. And then I slowly I invested. I bought my mic. Don't go broke either. You know what I'm saying? But you got your mic. You definitely need a computer. And you don't need much, bro. Honestly, you definitely don't need much.
I like that response, man. That was a real response right there, and that's the biggest thing that I feel like what I'm trying to tackle in what I'm doing is telling people, you don't need much to begin. You don't need much to start.
You know that, yeah.
You just need passion.
You just need heart, passion.
Let's go, man. That's what it's about. So, what's one thing you wish that you would have done different when you first began?
Something I would have done different. Probably just timing wise. I should have got into it earlier. You know what I mean? There's always that perfect timing that you were just there at the perfect timing, honestly.
Yeah.
And but I don't really think about it too much because I feel like everything is going good as I'm going right now. I feel like everything was meant to be.
Okay. So with that being said, what advice would you give with that?
What advice would I give to that?
Like,
meaning like
with someone trying to do your career. I mean, it's so you first said.
Okay. I get you now. My bad.
Yeah, that's all good.
So what I would say is just like I said, I'm gonna say it again. Just be yourself.
Yeah.
Don't try to be nobody else that you're not. You know what I mean? It's just don't fake it till you make it.
Got you.
Don't.
That's one of the biggest things I feel like people tend to do.
Yeah.
Is flexing too hard. Or I get it. You want to be there, you want to be known, you want to have higher.
You're just doing too much,
man. And I get it. And like, yo,
to each his own. To each his own, bro. I wouldn't.
You want to be. You want to be about it.
Yeah. Do your thing. Just know that To me, I'm not gonna fake it till I make it.
I totally get.
So that's my advice.
So, how do you know if you're doing it right, though?
Oof. I would say you would feel it in your heart, but honestly, you don't really know. Mm-hmm. So I've been blessed with so many blessings, bro. It's crazy. So I follow in God's faith. I can't say that to a lot of people, but
yeah,
those who believe, like, if you have faith in what God has for you in the future, bro, you get a long way, bro.
I respect everything
get a long way,
saying.
Bro.
I totally respect that. So what would you say your failures are?
I wouldn't call it a failure, but definitely a life lesson was helping a lot of people and them not showing love back, bro. Like,
okay.
It don't bother me like now. Back then, I was like, the fuck? I thought it was cool, bro,
Yeah.
But I see what their intentions were since the beginning, and that shit
it
affects you. It affects you.
It bites you
at
in
one
end.
point. Yeah.
So with all the help that you feel, if I were to, sorry, excuse me about that.
No, you're good.
If I were to, I had some really good like rice and beans, man. If someone were to like really turn or double cross you, let's just call it that, stab you in the back, whatever you want to say, what do you do?
I mean,
being in the rap game, let me say this, being in the rap game, people can be harsh, people can be dirty, people can be ugly, bro, and that's the sad truth behind everyone in that game. And not just that game, let me rephrase that, being in the
hustle.
Exactly.
In the hustle.
What do you do in order to work around that and make that work?
The same way you cut me off is the same way I'm gonna cut you off, Like, it's just like, I won't give you the time of day anymore. Like, you show me a different side that I didn't want to have to deal with. So now I'm gonna treat you the same way you treated me, bro.
Yeah.
And if I just don't deal with negativity, bro. I try to stay positive. I tell, I just can't let that negativity affect me.
Do you meditate or anything?
I do not, bro. I pray.
Good.
I'm not like constantly praying. Don't get me wrong. I'm not.
Yeah.
But I do have my times where I don't ask God for anything. I just thank him for what I have, bro.
That's one of the biggest things. I feel like no matter what you believe in or what you choose,